fam. How are we today? How is the weekend going? How is everything? How is everyone? And how is the weather treating us? We are gradually moving into Hamatan. It's almost November. Maybe Hamatan will come early this year. So how is everyone and everything? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome to this segment of my channel, Tea Time Conversations with Naso, where we have premium, deep, interesting conversations over tea. So, if you're joining us for the first time today, my name is Nafisa Ibrahim-Abbas and I'm a content creator. I create blogs based on lifestyle, conversations, my family, and basically things around me. Today I would like us to talk about the topic, the waiting period. What do I mean by the waiting period? You see, as human beings, everyone is in some sort of waiting period. We basically wait for one thing, we get it, we move on to the next wait, we get it. Basically, that's how life flows. And most of life happens in the waiting period. I don't know whether you get me. When I say waiting period, I mean when you're in some sort of wait for something you want to achieve in life. Your waiting period can come in stages. Like I said, life happens in stages for everybody. You're once in the womb, you're a baby, you're a toddler. You join school, you become a pupil. You move to high school, you become a student. Move to university, you're done. You get a job. You know, we have stages. You marry, you procreate, you basically a lot of stages. So, like before we get to all these stages, we witness what we know we call the waiting period. Like, for example, you see an older person, you think they've achieved everything, like basically whatever it is they want in life. But you will be surprised to find out that they still have their goals, their aspirations, what they want to achieve, what they want to do in the nearest future. Like, okay, maybe someone in their mid-50s or late 50s are waiting to retire and start life after retirement. Maybe they've piled up some things they want to achieve after retirement. You're a student, you just graduated in Nigeria, you've done your NYSC, you're waiting for that job. You already have your dream job, let's say. If you already have your dream job, you're waiting for that promotion, you're waiting to get to that next level. Or maybe you have a job, but it's not really your dream job. So you're waiting to get your dream job. You're managing this job and you're waiting to get your dream job. You're a young lady or a young man, you've basically achieved what you want to achieve. Maybe you're waiting to start a family. We can even call it the transition period. Maybe you want to transition from one thing to another, from one job to another, from one stage of your life to another. You were single, now you're waiting to get married. You're married, you're waiting to start a family. You're working, you're waiting to retire. Or you're retired, you're waiting for, you know what next? Like, we are in some sort of waiting period all our lives. What I want to talk about today is how well are you utilizing your waiting period? What are you doing in your waiting period? Are you just waiting for that thing to come and meet you? For that dream job you're waiting for to come and meet you? Are you waiting for that perfect partner to just come over? Are you waiting for that promotion to just show up? What are you doing in your waiting period? That's what we want to talk about today. Let's take, for example, you're in your 50s. Like all your life, you've had the job you wanted, you've saved for retirement, you've achieved your milestones in your workplace, And what you're really waiting for now is to retire. You just want to retire. You're tired of running 9 to 5. You just want to go and relax. You just want to go and wait, sleep, all the sleeps you've missed and all that. But have you actually learned how to navigate life after retirement? I know a lot of people always have the finances taken care of, like if you're in a job, you have your pension, maybe if your pension is not good enough, you have some sort of side business, and so on. But have you actually prepared for life as it will happen or as it will flow during retirement? Come to think of it, you've been waiting for, you've been working for 30 odd years all your life, almost 40 years. Every day you wake up 9, you go to your job, come back by 5, you already have a pattern. Then you retire. What do you do with that time? Are you ready? Have you actually planned what you want to do with that life? Believe me, after a month, all the sleep you want to get, you've gotten it. All the movies you want to binge on are already becoming boring. Life will become boring because you already had a pattern before that. Have you actually planned what to do with your life after? With that time you have all of a sudden. You're waiting for your dream job. It hasn't come yet. Maybe you're running a few things, you're doing a few things, but you're still waiting to land that dream job. What are you doing? Are you just filling your resumes and submitting them online? Don't get me wrong. Getting your resumes out there is very good. But what if this dream job comes? Are you ready? Are you just lying down and submitting resumes online, same resumes over and over again? Or you're out there learning a skill, learning some things that will actually upgrade you, that will give you that niche when you get there, that will stand you apart. A lot of people are looking for that job, not just you. What will make you stand apart when you get there? Yes, maybe you have your 2-1, you have your 2-2, you have a very good degree. Everybody has a degree. What skill, what extra knowledge are you gaining out there? Are you learning to actually give you that edge when you finally get that job? You're a young woman or you're a young man waiting to land your perfect spouse, waiting to land your Mr. or Mrs. Right. What are you doing in your waiting period? Are you waiting for that person to just show up and boom, Mr. Right is here, Mrs. Right is here? Yes, that can happen. But do you know how to handle life when it comes? That life you're waiting for. You see, 3 things will eventually happen, inevitably, while you're in a waiting period. Most of the time, what we're waiting for eventually comes, in most cases. But it comes in 3 ways. It might come exactly the way you want. And if that happens, bravo. It might come wrapped in another way. Or the way it will come, but not the way you expect it. Maybe when you finally get it, you realize it is not what you're expecting. Or it never even comes. These 3 things will eventually happen. So how are you planning to navigate life when eventually one of these 3 things happen? Let's say you're waiting for your dream job. Finally, you land it. You get your dream job. Or you get a job, but it's not the job you've been waiting for. But then you've been in the labor market so long, for a very long time, and you just have to take it. Or the third option is, it never comes. You have to look for something to do, another skill, something that doesn't involve using your resume that you've been giving out for so long. These are the 3 things that inevitably happen in your waiting. So there are so many examples of waiting period. I just gave us a few, but like I said, everyone is in some sort of waiting period. You're waiting for to transition from one thing to another. What is important? What I'm trying to say here is what is important is what you do with your time while you're in that wait. You should, if you're waiting for a job or you're waiting for a promotion, you should be ready. You should learn knowledge. You should learn skills. You should read up. You should basically be prepared for when it comes. Everyone is in some sort of waiting period, and what we do with our waiting period determines how well we're going to transition when that thing finally comes. If it makes us ready, we'll just transition easily. We'll fall in line, we'll fall in place. We won't have that difficulty adjusting. But when we're not ready, they're going to be, when you find yourself in a new place or in a new level or in a new stage in life, everything is going to be new. Everything is going to be unfamiliar grounds, unfamiliar places. You should be ready to navigate those unfamiliar places. If it's what you've been waiting for so long, you should learn, you should discuss, you should read up, you should always try to be ahead. And we should know that while we're waiting, life is happening, life is moving, nothing is waiting for you. You might actually think you're waiting, but time is moving. The job as you know it might not actually be the job, might not actually even be the job you're waiting for. When you get there, you realize it's different. It's a whole new ball game. It's everything. It's different because man, times are tough, and we live in this fast-paced time where things just happen. Things just happen. So you should be ahead of your game. You should be ready. You should be prepared. But you should know that your waiting period is not your doom period. Waiting period is the time that you act, is the time that you actually put these things in place. Whatever you want to do, you cannot just lie down and keep daydreaming. The waiting period is very important. Like I said, life happens in your waiting period. Whatever it is you want to achieve, you achieve it during your waiting period. You cannot sit down and keep daydreaming and keep browsing through your phones and just hoping something will happen. While browsing through your phone, make sure you're browsing through something important. Make sure you're browsing through, make sure you're reading up, make sure you're looking at things as it concerns your waiting period. And the reality is, this all the things we spoke about might not even come. You might not even see, you might not get to see it the way you want it. Are you prepared for how to navigate life when it doesn't happen? You're waiting to get married all your life. Marriage never comes. You're a man, you're a woman. Have you learned the basic life skills that you need? You're a man. Have you learned the basic life skills that you've been waiting for a woman to come and do for you? Cook, clean, do so many things, raise your kids. Have you actually learned how to do these things without a woman? As a woman, you're waiting for a man to come and give you a financial breakthrough. He never comes. Are you ready to navigate life without your financial Mr. Right? You're waiting for that job. It never comes. What are you going to do if it never comes, that your dream job? Do you have other skills or the knowledge? Have you planned for have you set up your plan B? Maybe if I never work a 9 to 5 job, I can do this business. I can offer my services here. Are you ready? Because inevitably, like I said, one of the three things will happen. You either get it, or you get it the way you don't expect it, or you never get it. In a nutshell, what I'm saying is, whatever your situation is, wherever you are in life, whatever thing you're waiting for in life, make sure you're using your waiting period wisely. Make sure you're learning something. Make sure you're reading up on something. Make sure you're preparing yourself for these three things that would eventually happen. When it comes, when it doesn't come the way you want, or when it comes, or when it never even comes. So make sure you're prepared. Don't allow life to just take you the way it goes. Yes, life can happen, but let it be that you have some sort of plan that you have put in place, in that it will like help you a little. We know life happens. Life generally happens to everybody. It might come the way you even least expect it or anything. But when you have some sort of plan, it kind of helps in the pipeline. Kinds of help you navigate whatever it is that came. So thank you so much everyone for joining us today. And I hope you did enjoy what I had to say. And I hope you tune in, you subscribe, you comment, you share, and basically keep the conversation going. So I am so happy to have you here today, and I hope you join me next time for another interesting conversation on Tea Time with Nasu. Bye.